know and love in an up-to-date, edgy style. Religion, Ho-Ho's way. Alright, coming at you from the attic on Religion, Ho-Ho's way, and I am your host, Ho-Ho. I've really got to get some new, mixed music done, because if I keep playing the same thing over and over again, it's definitely going to make me want to, oh yeah, I'm going to be screaming. Oh yeah, I love this kind of stuff. I'm very, well, let's see here. Little things amuse me. Let's just put it like that. Yeah, little things amuse me. And so that's why that kind of stuff does. And also in honor of what I am about to play, here's another little music clip, actually. It's only, 16 seconds. I love it. Yeah, and that is because, I am using the Blue Spark microphone. It's not blue, though. It's orange. I don't get it. Just a name, guys. And also, I'm going to be using the blue, raspberry, maybe, I think is what it's called. I'll be purchasing that here shortly. And, it better be a much better microphone to be used for the cell phone. So on the as far as the mobile studio goes, that'll be my go-to microphone. Now, of course, I'm still going to be keeping the other ones and using those if I so need to, or if I am doing mobile interviews, because I can also, have the hookups available. Not really hookups available. I've done stuff that I'll be able to do, like two people on there because I got two mics that'll be able to plug in and do all that, splittering it in, and yeah, it'll be amazing. Dual headphones, all that good jazzy stuff and whatnot. So, I am excited about it. I am very excited about it. So that's one of the upcoming things that I've got going on. And on this one, it's one of the things that, sort of an apology to be put out there for people. I didn't exactly intend. Wait, no. Let me rephrase that. I didn't intend on this show to be so sermonesque, and I really, it wasn't my intention, because more or less what I was wanting to do with it is, give you the stories, but, bring them to life and whatnot and bring them up to today. Just making people, not really making people, but allowing people to hear it in a whole new light and possibly even gain a deeper understanding for the stories themselves, and that's really what my heart was on that, So, just going back to what I have done so far, and it's one of them things that, yes, I totally acknowledge that it's, really turned into something, not quite what I really intended it to be. However, I still do feel as though it's something that, it's got some truth in it, a lot of truth in it. And, okay, well, just kind of rolling through some of what I've done already. And I got creation, the flood, and both of those, okay, creation was pretty awesome. First one that I did. So, it's definitely rough around the edges. Content-wise, it was good, but as far as the delivery, my performance on it, it sucked. But I'm okay with that. It's a learning curve. It's a learning process, and hey, you have that. The next one I got on here, Moses and the Ten Commandments. Again, that the rough around the edges, but content-wise goes, it was good. In the works, who cares? Sunday live show, I don't even remember that one. David and Goliath, that's one of them that, yes, was very sermonesque, but And this is one of the things that, okay, it's the end of the story with David and Goliath. It's not that he, uses his sling and hits him in the head with a pebble. It's the end of him hacking off his head. That's the part that in Sunday school they breeze right over that. I don't. Because that is an important aspect of the story. Okay? It's just, it lets you know what you have to do to evil in a situation where not doing it will cause your demise, will cause your death. So there's a message in that goes beyond the story. And that's why that's one of them that is pretty stinking awesome. My next one, The Real Face of Jesus, that one is just, it's a cool, and there's a lot I threw in there. I mean, holy crap, an hour and 8 minutes. I don't remember all I talked on that one about. But anyway, again, that's an aspect of, the the face that we put on the man to make us feel more better about following him, I guess you can say. But if, because look at it. If you see Jesus in that face, it's like, are you really going to, want to, I guess, follow him? But it's one of them things, be real, guys. I mean, I don't want okay, this isn't exactly what I mean, but I don't want a false image in my head about the person whom I'm following. But even still, it's not about his face anyway. And that's the thing about it. Being a Christian is about being Christ-like, but it's not his face that's important. It's how he lived his life. It's, it's the message that he gave us. That's what's important. And if you can't get beyond his face to, in the understanding of what he represented and whom he was, then there's nothing I can do for you. There's nothing anybody else can do for you, So, just throwing that out there. Again, a lot of these wasn't what I intended them to be because they were very, very sermonesque. And, but at the same time, it's, and I'm pretty sure I did talk about this one in The Real Face of Jesus, is I, damn close to becoming a pastor, ordained minister in the apostolic denomination church. Okay. And that was actually the first time that apostolic was able to come out of my mouth without me stumbling all over myself in trying to remember what the heck that word was that I was trying to remember. I'm kind of proud of myself on that one. That's a little bit of a rarity. But yeah, I was, most of my life, okay, since 87, yeah, 10, 20, 30, no way. Yeah, okay, so 30 years of my life has been spent in the pursuit of spiritual enlightenment. And I just had my arms kind of like as an all-encompassing and whatnot. So, whatnot. You got to throw the emphasis on the and whenever you're doing a word. I am a strange individual, guys. I really am. I acknowledge it, and I'm okay with it. But, yeah, I like it. So, tomorrow, or I guess since it is just after midnight, I have an amazing type of stuff that will be going on. So, I want to do a quick, probably 3-minute break. You know what? Let's do... Nah. Yeah, fine. Yeah, couple minutes, few minutes, whatever. I will be back just in a few moments. Enjoy the grooviness of the music. No words, none are needed. I don't know, is there words in this? I have no clue. It doesn't matter. All right, that's enough. I'm back. All right, guys. I really didn't have a crux to this message at all. It was just more or less an apology about the direction of the show. Unintentional, but again, though, I really do feel as though this is something that, at least maybe not every episode, but there's going to be something that you'll be able to take from it, take away from it, and hopefully, of course, my purpose or a goal of mine is to, just bring you something. Something that you can take away from it and, get some growth out of it, for me and for you, because through this, through this show, I'm going to be revisiting these stories. I'm going to be looking into them. I'm going to be remembering them. And, it's definitely going to bring me something out of it, too. I know, one of these things that I, and this is based off of my own personal experience and also stuff that I have heard from other people, a lot of different sources that, in the course of being a teacher and doing sermons and all that other kind of good jazz, because, I've done a lot of that kind of stuff. I've done sermons, I've done communion benedictions, I've done, all kinds of different things, standing up in front of people, speaking. And I'll be completely honest with you, it is especially, the first few times you do it is terrifying. It's a lot easier doing radio for the simple fact is, granted, it is, especially the first couple times you do it, it is very nerve-wracking. But at the same time, it's a lot easier doing radio because, yes, I am aware that people will be listening. However, I don't see you guys. So it's one of them, considering I don't see you, it's nothing that I have to focus on right now. So it doesn't matter, but it's, it makes it easy. So, but with doing those things, and especially with teaching, you really get a lot out of it as a teacher. You really do. And it's also one of them things that I've heard told, and I could very much attest for this as well, that, there comes a point in time in your own life with things that you do, and let's just throw, religion into it with prayer and all this other kind of good jazziness, and also I would say that this holds true, especially true, and even, in some cases more so in other facets of life, that, there comes a point in time when your growth is stagnant, and one of the best ways to get through that stagnant and to grow yourself and to, really expand on your knowledge base and expand on your, your personal experiences and just a bunch of other encompassing things is to teach. It holds true. Very true. And, I really do invite you as, just with things in your life, teach. Be a teacher, or just be a mentor. That's one of them things, too, be the person to somebody else that you wasn't or that you had, especially with mentoring, be that example for somebody else, there's, it's one of the things, in today's society, it's just, we have a fatherless community, or a fatherless society, not community, a fatherless society, and I would have to agree with that on a lot of different ways, just for the simple fact is, one, men in this country, we are not taught what it means to be a man. We are not shown. We don't have that example. So, it's one of the things that, the masculine man has been lost in our society. We have become a nation of feminine males, which, truth be told, it's just, when you do that to your society, you miss something, How do you expect somebody to know what it means to be a man if they don't have that example in their life? So, I mean, if you are one of those out there, and I know few, you know, I can't say I know many, you know, but I do know few, you know, be that example. You know, if you have that ability, if you have an opportunity, be that example. Show a child how to be a man, how to properly treat a woman, how to properly treat a lady, how to stand up for him, how to stand up for them, how to, you know, just, you know, what it means to be a man, you know. Do that for the girls, you know, so that this way they know that, hey, you're worth something, you know. There's a my cousin, all right, he whenever they go out as a family, you know, with his daughters, he pulls the chair out for them, he seats them, you know, he opens the doors for them, he does all this stuff because that is you know, it's not male chauvinistic, you know, it's not chauvinism, it's really not. If that's what you think, shame on you, but that's not what it is. It's out of respect, it's out of honor, it's out of love. And one of the things that he told his daughters is, if you have a man in your life, a boyfriend, a whatever, if he can't treat you in society as good as I do, then he's not worth your time. He's not worth your trouble. He's not worth having a relationship with. You know, because he knows what it means to be a man. And he's teaching his daughters, he's teaching his son that that's the kind of man you should be. That's the kind of man you should be with. That's what he's teaching them. You know, being a man isn't lost. Not wholly and entirely. But we're a dying breed. There's not many of us left, you know. And I do truly consider myself a man because I know what it means, you know. It was funny. A friend of mine, I told her, it's like, you know, with how they, you know, with their position on the bed, as far as what side of the bed you sleep on. You know, I told her, I go, I bet money that you sleep on that side of the bed and he sleeps on that side of the bed. And she goes, yeah, how do you know that? I go, because that's the man's spot of the bed. She's like, what the hell do you mean by that? I go, because the man's job is to be between you and any danger that may come through that door. That's what it means to be a man. When you're walking down the street, the man's on the street. You know, the man is on the traffic side between his woman, between his wife, between his daughter, between his family and traffic, because that's the man's job. It's not male chauvinistic. It's our role. It's what we are supposed to be, the protector. And again, it's out of honor, it's out of love, it's out of respect. It's not chauvinism. And if you think that, again, shame on you. You know? The masculine male isn't dead, but we are being silenced by the feminist movement. You know, women who want to be, you know, and here's the thing, and I'm actually kind of sorry I went this direction, but sorry, not sorry. Let's put it that way. You know, before I get to that, let's take a slight break. I need to drink. Non-alcoholic, guys, grow up. I don't do the alcohol thing very often. part of the show where things get a little more explicit. I can tell you that right now. I can definitely tell you that right now. Because this is something that bothers me. This is something that I am passionate about. This is something that is lost in today's society. I am going to try to keep calm, though, and not be quite as loud on this one. But let's just go right into it. The feminist movement. Okay? Now, ladies, if you are honest with yourself, okay, I love it how women, they express a desire to be treated the same as a guy. But you don't really want to be treated the same as a guy. You know? I mean, honey, you've got no idea what guys, when they are by themselves, one, what they talk about, how they treat each other. I mean, you will have no enemy in the world that will treat you as harshly as your best friend. I mean, it's true. You know, we're ornery to each other. We're sometimes just flat mean to. I mean, it's in good fun. I mean, it's nothing that's overly harmful, and it's not going to kill you type of a thing. But, you know, we are brutally honest with each other as a man. That's what it means. You know, is that really the type of behavior you want from your man? Brutal honesty? No. Although, it's one of them things that, no, those jeans don't make your butt look big. Honey, your butt is big. Is that the type of truth you want to hear? No. That's what you expect of us. You see, you want to be treated like one of the guys. You want to be, you know, you want that equality of the sexes. No, you don't. You know, you don't. You don't want that type of thing because you don't want the brutal honesty out of a guy that you'll get, especially from a man. You know, although it's one of them things though too. A man is not going to give you that type of thing because no. That's not what we're about. But even still, oh, honey, piss us off. That's what you're going to get, you know. You want us to hold the door open for you, but at the same time, you're going to cuss, moan when, you know, okay, in the middle of the night, you hear glass breaking. You want your man to go downstairs and to check what's up to make sure that you are safe. Because you don't want to do it. Because that's not your job. Well, honey, the feminist movement says, okay, you want to be treated like, you know, as equals. Okay. How about your ass get out of bed? Go downstairs. You go check out that sound. You know, when you demasculine the man ain't nothing but, men ain't going to do it. Because they ain't real men. They've been feminized. So if you really want that equality, if you want a woman doesn't truly want the feminine man. They truly want the masculine man. You know, how many women nowadays, if you have a feminized man as a significant other, as a husband, are you really happy in that relationship? You know, do you really feel fulfilled in that relationship, or do you feel like there's something lacking? You know, and that's an honest question. You know, it really is an honest to God question. Now, I mean, that's not to say that your man can't be emotionally connected to you and give you that, you know, that emotional words. You know, but that's not to say that the guy can't do that, and a real man can. A real man is not afraid or ashamed of his emotions, especially whenever he is with, you know, the woman of his life, you know, with his significant other, with his wife. A real man isn't afraid of that, you know. Some men, you know, and this is one of them things, though, too, in a lot of different ways, guys are programmed to, you know, just not be that. Because, you know, we are taught to be that rock, you know, that we have to be that, you know, that solidity in the relationship, in the family. We have to be that, you know. So I mean, there's a lot of guys out there that can't, you know, kind of do that transition, you know. But if you have a problem with that, just know that, you know, it's not that bad. You know, you can do that. Your man card won't be revoked, you know, because it's okay. You know, it's okay to cry. You know, it's okay to bleed. It's okay to cry. That's all right. Ain't nothing wrong with it. We all do. If you don't, you're a liar. You know, you might go to your happy spot in order to do it. You know, you might go into seclusion to do it because you feel as though you have to be that rock. And I know exactly how that is. I've been there, done that. You know, but it's one of them things. It is what it is. So, guys, you know, be the masculine male. Understand what that means. You know, and you know, I may actually go through some of this crap at a later time to really boil it down as to what it really means. I mean, there's a study that wow. Of course I did a study. You know, of course I went to some type of a group. Of course I did. I'm a researcher, baby. Yeah. Anyway, I may cover it in depth more. But, yeah. This show definitely turned into something I didn't intend it to be. But, hey, I don't care. It's pretty awesome. So, you guys have a wonderful evening, a wonderful day. It is now tomorrow. So, you know, and in the awesome fashion of it, tonight, Sunday, Religion Ho-Ho's Way, Sunday edition, 7 p.m., me and a special guest host of Phoenix Radio, will be in studio for the live episode in the attic, and it will be a good time, guys. It really will be an awesome one. We're talking about spiritualism, talking about religion, talking about all kinds of stuff. Join me then. Good night.